and said, God, from whom before my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me, matalo makatabila bashandalaba, which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named upon them, the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. My God. Kashotabala. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand on the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head and to Manasseh's head. He said, no, it's the wrong head. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand on his head. And his father refused. You see, a novice was speaking and an experienced man was also counteracting what he was saying. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He shall also become a people. And he shall also be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he. And his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. Kaloba. Are you feeling the power of the words? Yes. He set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said to Joseph, behold, I die. Behold, I die. You see, it takes a certain level to speak that. Behold, I die. But God shall be with you and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Wow, what a blessing. Are you excited by the scriptures? Yes. You see, a novice feels that by age, by who is first, that is how things will work. But when you are experienced, your age will not make you too confident. You know that it's by the blessing that a person has and by the grace that a person has been given. It's not by age, how old a person is, that a person becomes something in God. Yes. Because Joseph was not happy at all that the firstborn was being set. And he said, and he set Ephraim before his brother. This setting was set by the hands and the words that were spoken. Listen to me, my friend. The qualifications that you have, as you are a novice, you may be thinking, because of this, because of this, because of this. But many years ago, I heard a man rebuking some people, and he said, it's not by age, but by the grace of God and the gift of God that God has given. That is how things are determined. It's by the gift of God and the grace. Yeah. And experience lets you know that it's not by might, it's not by power, it's not by who is old, who is a man, who is a woman, who is from which country, but it's by what he has determined, by the grace and the gift that he has given to you. When God has given you a gift and God has given you a grace, that is what is controlling things. Yes. And it's not all these human ideas about who is old, where do you come from, what are you, where is this from, who is this man, what is that? It's by the grace of God and by the gift of God. As the Bible says, a man's gift makes room for him. Not his age. Not who came first. Who is second. So if God endows somebody with a gift, he can be made to overtake you. And the hands laid. You see, Jacob knew what he was talking about. It's not too much activity. When I lay my hands on this one, and I lay my hands on this one, that's the end of the matter. He shall be a people, but this one will be greater. That's why when you read Hosea and the prophets, you hear Ephraim, 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 Ephraim more. You don't hear Manasseh, Manasseh, Manasseh. It takes a little to hear the name Manasseh. But all to the Bible, they even refer to Israel as Ephraim. The northern tribe, they are referred to as Ephraim, 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 Ephraim. You rarely hear Manasseh. It's determined. May you see, may your eyes be humble to see how it is that things happen. You see, lest being lifted up with pride, you fall into the condemnation of the devil. The same problem that the devil had. When the devil walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire, in the midst of cherubims and seraphims, and the holy presence of God, he thought he was God. He thought he was God. You know, God's grace and God's gift is what determines. And it takes a person who is experienced. Like in verse 21 when he said, behold, I die. I die. Huh? You know you have to go. No one can stay forever. Young person will not easily talk that way. You die from where? They say, God forbid. But a man of experience, he knows it's not forever. Are you listening? Beautiful. So a man of experience knows death is real and is coming. Are you there? Number 3. We are going to end very soon. Genesis 25. A man of experience, Abraham. Genesis 25 and verse 1. Beautiful. Then Abraham took a wife. Her name was Keturah. And she bare him Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, Shua. You see, none of these became anything. No, I hope you are seeing the effect of blessings. Oh. These are Abraham's children. Oh. Yes. The first question you see that is, when did polygamy become a sin? Because Abraham has taken another wife. Yes. And right there, you see, he gave birth to all these children. So many. More were coming. More. More. Huh? After the 100 years, he was ready. Ready at 100. And each one has to give birth. And then Zimran, Joksham, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashurim and Letushim and Leumim. And the sons of Midian were Ephah and Epher and Hanok and Abida and Eldar. All these were the children of Keturah, Abraham's wife. So you see, the problem was with Sarah. Yeah, she couldn't have a child. Yes, when he changed the wife, he had, yes, 7 more. Hey! Are you watching the Bible? Or I shouldn't read the Bible? I can read another. I can read to you fairy tales, fables, Aesop's fables. You are better off with the Bible? Yes, 7 more. Now, verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac. Yes, he has given birth to more children. You see, here again you learn inheritance for those of you who don't have enough to give the same thing to everybody. Fairness or equality in inheritance is not shown in the Bible. He said he gave everything to Isaac. Yes. Because that is one of the reasons why people don't do wills. Because they don't know how to divide their things. You have 4 children with 3 houses. Or 3 children with 1 house. If you have a house at all. Or 1 car. How do you divide it? Abraham didn't struggle at all. He was following what God had told him. He said, your wife Sarah will give birth to a child. Yes. And I will bless you. In that seed, you will be blessed. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not Abraham, Ishbak, Zimran, Midan, and Shua. Yes. Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had. Now you see here that Abraham had more women. Unlisted ones. Unlisted concubines. Unlisted concubines. You know, one of the things you must not be afraid of is the truths in the Bible. Do you know this fearlessness in looking at the difference between yourself and the Bible is what led me to miracle ministry? When I look at my ministry, I said, look, I'm preaching the word. There's no miracle in my life. I've not seen anybody healed, eye is healed, blind can see, deaf can hear, this and that. There's nothing like that in my life. And I said, when I look at myself, I say I'm a minister of the gospel, and this is what I'm seeing in the Bible. Then I fearlessly looked at it and accepted that there is a problem. Fearlessly looking at the mirror is not to destroy you, but is to make you see what is even wrong with you. Yes. Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac. Now, to the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward and to the east country. Experience. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived. 115. That's 175 years. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man, full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him, all right, in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephron. The concubines' children, they didn't even come to the funeral. Huh? They didn't get much. I'm surprised that even Ishmael came, because Abraham gave everything that he had to Isaac. Now again, I just want you to see that a man of experience can see that there's going to be tension. Are you with me? Yes. And you can see that things are going to work in a certain way. You may call the people and say, look, you are all one family. You're all what? One family. You're all brothers and sisters. You all have the same blood. But Abraham, a man of experience, he has been in the world. and has seen many things. And he said, no. Go. Bye-bye. He gave them gifts. Here is 2 goats. Here is 3 sheep. Travel. He gave some 2 sheep, goats, and so on. And everybody went away. And then he gave everything he had to Isaac. And then he died. Why? Because he respected God and he knew what was in man. So a man of experience, he acts out a completely different way. And you even wonder, what is he doing? Like my father-in-law once said that when a wise man is doing something, you may think he's mad. My father-in-law, a very old and wise man, he said, when a wise man is speaking, you may even think he's not normal. That's how wisdom is to most of us. When it's presented, it doesn't even, why are you doing this? Why? But it's wisdom. Yes. So experience knows. Everything is not going to, he said, we say everything's going to be all right. Everything's not going to be all right. Let these other guys go away. Everything's not going to be all right. Everything is not going to be all right. The will of God for Isaac is not going to happen if you sit on it. Beautiful. Are you still there? Yes. Amen. Genesis 27. Genesis 27. Isaac, not a novice. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and has taken away thy blessing. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given unto him for servants. Mercy. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? Mercy. Again, a man of experience is speaking, and a man of experience knows that it is the blessing that counts. And I want you as people, fearing God is the difference between a novice and not a novice. A novice thinks that it is by might and by strength. But Isaac, in the last day, he was now blind. He said, I've sustained him. And he sustained. Is anything working in your life is because of a blessing? Did you hear me? I'm closing with this statement. Is anything working in your life is a blessing? He said, I have made you and your brothers his servants. I've made him your Lord. I've sustained him. What shall I do for you now? It's finished. He has the blessing. May you have respect for the blessing of God and live your life looking for blessings. Can I have an amen? Just look for blessings. Just choose to be blessed. Remember the words. They are powerful words. Sometimes when I see people doing certain things, I just look at them. Because it's not everything that a man says that is going to come to pass. But there are some days you can sense the power of God. And you can sense that the words you are saying they will happen. Yes. Sometimes it's casual, but sometimes you can sense there's power and say that this thing I've said is going to happen. When I see people trying to destroy the church, my mind goes back to a day I was standing on the canteen pulpit. And I lifted my hand and I speak over the church. And I said, cursed is the one who spoils the church and who come to break the church that we are building. I remember, if you have patience to read, to listen, you hear it. And you see that since then, there is a curse on anyone who tries to spoil this church. Yes. And you see, a novice would think that, oh, don't mind it, it's nothing. But you see, an experienced person like Isaac, who was already blind, said, I've made him your master. Oh. It will happen. I've made him your master. You are a servant now. Me, his servant. You are his servant. You are his servant. It's too late. I've made him your master. It's the same experience that Jacob had when he was speaking over the son. He said, no, it's not by who came first. It's by the blessing that I've spoken. I feel the younger will be better than the older. What would you say? He said, I've sustained him with corn and water. He said, the God which fed me up till today. My God who fed me up till today. Bless thee. Oh, yes. So you learn from experience, from humility. You know that it's not by anything, but by his grace and his power and his blessing. Yeah. But when you are a novice, you think, oh, I'll do this and do this, principle of what? You'll find out with time that the words that have been spoken, the blessings that have been spoken, and the curses that have been spoken is what is governing the world. That's why when God changes everything, he said that there shall be no more curse. So whatever you do, I know people don't fear God. That's why they eat their tithes. They don't fear God. Never think you are doing something for somebody. Never think you are doing something to bring down someone. No, not the anointed. The anointed, no. Always help the anointed. 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 Remember what we read in Rejoiner's book. Help the anointed. Don't strike down the anointed. It only brings you down. That's why he said, I've made him your Lord. He will be your Lord. You will be his servant. I've sustained him. All circumstances will lead to corn and wine. That's Zuckerberg, a Jew, Facebook. Owner of Facebook, WhatsApp, and what? Instagram. All. Yeah, that's a Zuckerberg, Jew. That's Goldman Sachs. That's Warner Brothers. That's all those things. Others, Steven Spielberg. That's 40% of all billionaires. I sustained him with corn, with oil, with wine. I've sustained him. You can work, but I've sustained him. Holocaust even couldn't wipe it out. 6 million of them, you slaughter and slaughter, but I've sustained him. It will fight back for him. You see, when you are blessed, you fight back. When you see the Jews wearing their winter coats, they kill them in the winter. You see them wearing their winter coats with their bags. They were slaughtering them from Hungary, from France, from everywhere in their coats. They came, gentlemen and ladies, families, whole families with their winter coat, very cold. They came like this. They slaughtered all of them. But I said, I sustained him with corn, with wine, with oil. Yes. And the people, those that hate you, cursed is he that curseth you. That's why God always put on my heart, do something for Israel. That's why I always try to do something for Israel. when Kwame Nkrumah died, there was a German man here in Ghana, a doctor, one of these people who was involved in killing Jews. As soon as Kwame Nkrumah went off, they came for him. They came for him from Ghana. Oh yes. They know it everywhere. They follow them everywhere. You kill us. That's why today they have the wildest security agency. Yeah. I've sustained him. Sustain means that it's maintained. It's maintained. Your slaughters and your slaughtering and your talking and your things is not what determines. The meetings you have is not what determines it. Adolf Hitler. You know why you don't see Hitler's name on all the murder charges? Because when Hitler first came, he decided to kill all mental patients. And he killed all mental patients and gypsies. And he signed it himself. There was a big outcry. After that, he didn't sign. But he made the other sign. Slaughter them. But God said, he said, I've sustained him with a blessing. May a good hand be laid on your head. May a good hand. And may a good word be spoken over you, over your children. And may it come to pass. And may that word carry you through the slaughter and through the fire and through everything that appeareth as a curse. May you come out of it shining, sustained, and made the Lord of your brethren. Whatever has determined to eliminate you, may the fire and the supernatural power and lightnings of God strike through the heart of the enemy, be sustained and prevail in the ministry, in the call of God, succeed and overcome and overturn all ploys and plots and plans of the enemy against your life and your soul. You are sustained. You are sustained in ministry. You are sustained in God. You are sustained in his house. You are sustained in his work. Though a multitude and a host may come against you, the Lord is your rock and your salvation. You shall prevail. They that are incensed against you shall perish. And they that plan and plot against you and conspire to destroy you shall be destroyed. Thou shalt seek them and thou shalt not find them. The blessing of the Lord. It raises you above your brother. It sustains you above those who were there before you. It's caused by the hand of God. May experience enter into your heart and humility to see that it's not by might, it's not by who came first and who has what. It's by power, by grace, by supernatural sustenance of the Father. May this blessing be upon you. May you survive in the church, survive in the ministry, survive in his house, survive through fire, survive through lightnings and thunderings, survive through crises and trials. May you survive. May you be there when the storm is over. May you be smiling and shining more than ever before because of the blessing of the Lord. May the spirit of a novice, the spirit of pride, the condemnation of the devil be far from you. Matalo Baka Maramba. May you have a humble spirit. Pashumbere Kemala. And be able to stay humbly in his house, serving him all the days of your life. Father, may the children of this commission and the sons and daughters of the house, may they be blessed with your sustenance. May the blessing on this ministry, Lord, go upon the next generation and the generation after. May they be sustained.